This volume is unique in Romanian culture. It documents the birth and maladies of the first homegrown party born from the civic cream of the crop. Personal experiences, facts and data, piercing observations, inside analyses, political scandals, high hopes and matching expectations. There are lots of these and more within this book, because all of these are just like a live feed from the scene of the crime, i.e. from recent political history. Hello everyone, and welcome once again to the Heir's Lair. I'm your host, Jonathan Taylor. I've kept my own political opinions and observations quite rare on this channel as opposed to my second one. However, on this day I plan to break a little bit from that tradition, at least tangentially, and discuss discuss something that is related to my personal contributions to politics so far. And I thought I would do this on this day, or on the day this video comes out, because that's when my birth country celebrates its unification. I decided I would do that by reviewing SRU, The Birth and Maladies of a Political Party. This book has been coordinated, aka thought of and assembled in book form, by Dan Lungu and Anca Goja, a writer and a journalist respectively, both former members of the Save Romania Union, a protest party and anti-establishment party that has become quite prominent within within Romania within the last, I think, ever since it was created a little over 6 years ago. The book, is a collection of politically themed essays. Essays written by current or former political members, all of which discuss some facet of the rise and fall of the Save Romania Union. I will refer to the titular union throughout the rest of this video as the SRU, even though its official English language branding still uses the Romanian acronym, simply because I think SRU rolls better off the tongue. Now back to the book itself. As I've said, the book describes the book contains essays written by former or current party members, all of whom describe something they found not necessarily a grudge, more like a point of contention they have with the current party leadership and general atmosphere. It would be very easy to call this book a collection of receipts or scandal bait, which I'm pretty sure some people already have, but reading through it, I can definitely tell you that is not the case. The book is critical towards the leadership of the party, but it does also heap a lot of praise towards towards some of the programs that the party itself spearheaded, and towards some of the accomplishments it was capable of gaining. And while I personally would have been a little more critical of the party's failings in a book like this, I think it is an overall pretty even-keeled representation. As a current and very inactive member of the SRU, I have to say, reading through this was quite a trip. Primarily because of what it revealed about the political legacy I decided to contribute to, and a lot of the new things I found out while reading this book have kind of varied from on the one hand to, oh, so that's how that happened, to on the other hand, ugh, you idiots, you should have known better. I can't really vouch for the accuracy of everything that is presented within this volume, because I wasn't there when it comes to everything that has been presented. But I can say that the general trend it depicts is overall correct. And furthermore, what is quite interesting about it is that the quality of the presentation is overall quite high. Like there are lots of people contributing to this, and all of them write very well. All of them are very capable of describing their problems or their issues with the party. There is some level of diabolism or messianism that comes up from time to time. However, overall, overall it is still a very broad, very multifaceted uh, approach towards all the problems of the party. And I'll say, if anything, the biggest potential problem, I don't know this for certain, but the various essays of the book are split into various sections, and I can't help but think that there has been some editorial fudging concerning how the essays were split, because the because some of these splits were really freaking awkward. Regardless, one thing I appreciate as far as the new information I've received from this book is the fact that the construction failures of the party, its growing pains, as you might say, um, actually account for a lot of the later failures of the party, or the book itself does a pretty good job at tracing back the failures towards the failures of the party to the failures in its construction, which I have to say was very interesting to follow. And even for people outside of the party, I think they'll find a lot of very interesting things, such as how the various social movements that it was created from coalesced, as well as some news about its initiatives, and maybe even about its inner workings. I do have to admit that I have one particular kind of strange issue, or one particular issue that I kind of understand, is the fact that a lot of these essays are quite repetitive, given that the same people show up again and again within the various moments the book highlights, but it's kind of to be expected. So I'm not gonna hold that against it. Still, there is, even with that repetitiveness, there is still plenty of variety when it comes to the information content, the writing style, as well as the overall presentation quality. Highlights from these particular points of view include, essay-wise, I'm going to mention Alexandru Surcel's Brief History of the SRU as I've come to know it, Ioana Novak's Who Do We Save and Who Saves Us, Dumitru Dobrev's Short Compendium of the History of the SBU and SRU, and last but definitely not least, Olympia Ardelan's Story of the Fake Signatures. One more thing I want to mention about the book before we close out is the very interesting design of the cover. You have here in the foreground a bunch of silhouettes of protesters, some in dynamic poses, some in static, against the backdrop of the Parliament Palace, i.e. the headquarters of the government and parliament within Romania, where national laws are discussed, passed, and implemented. It is, without doubt and without exaggeration, the perfect encapsulation and distillation of what the intentions behind the SRU are supposed to be, as a protest party and an anti-establishment party, a party of people who want to remedy all of the failures that the previous political establishment has made and might continue to make. The very existence of this book kind of proves that the party has kind of fallen short of its goals. However, there are still plenty of driven and passionate people within it who do still perform some very interesting, some very remarkable things. And from that point of view, I think it's safe to say that there is more that the near future will show of the SRU. Overall, while I am aware of some of the biases that went into the creation of this book, its general presentation style, as well as informational content, uh, is sure to have something for everyone who decides to pick this book up. Like it'll definitely catch your attention and spur you into thinking. My final rating for SRU, The Birth and Maladies of a Political Party, is a 4 out of 5. And that was my review. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed it, then please leave a like, maybe even share this video wherever you think other people will like it as well. If you have anything you'd like to add to this video, the comment section awaits your input. And if you want to see when my next video gets released, well then please subscribe. And ideally also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. My own book, Heir to the Empire the Next Generation, is available at most major book retailers under a master link in the description down below, right past my social media links, which I also suggest you check out, should you choose to do so. Until next time, I am Jonathan Taylor, and this has been the Heir's Lair.